Welcome, guys.
Yes.
Thank you very much. And today, for tonight's episode of Encounters of the Nerd Kind, we're going to jump back into the fungal caves that we left off into. Now, for those who don't remember the story so far, we have had wayward souls coming from numerous paths, coming across an abandoned wagon that had mysterious circumstances surrounding it. One of these circumstances was the appearance of goblin tracks around it. Now, these tracks were followed mainly because some of those wayward souls found two young girls that were captured by the goblins. Now, these tracks were followed to the goblin village where the girls were found in actually good health. They were kept quite comfortable by the goblins, who turned out to be helpful. I think we can say that. However, after a night's rest, the girls were no longer anywhere to be found. And there were people of ill intent who were determined to gather their prize. That was in fact the girls. And they burned the goblin village. And it spread to the nearby forest, which forced you guys to follow the girls' tracks deep into a cave, where after fighting numerous diseased rats and fighting these grotesque kind of fungal bodies, you managed to relocate these two young girls, Ren and Adesta, and they were before this gas spore that, as it exploded and the spores were inhaled, there was a vision of the past that showed what this spore used to be and why it was there in the first place. And so now we stand just as the spore has exploded in the cave, back in our senses. And indeed, you still find yourselves deep in the bowels of the abandoned mine shaft, reclaimed as a nest for the fungal menaces that have assailed you since your descent.
Oh shit, I forgot that.
Even this far into the overgrown system, you begin to feel the wash of heat radiating from the entrance. You imagine that if the flames of the forest can make you swelter from here, heading back would likely be stepping into a furnace. The chamber you now find yourself in appears to be transitory in nature. The path you followed thus far, while fractured and dilapidated with neglect, still showed signs of civilized workmanship. Timber sets and rails for extracting carts still sit in place, if mostly broken and rotted. However, this chamber appears to be some sort of nexus. You can see beneath the dense accumulation of mosses and fungus rail paths that lead to the places in the wall apparently collapsed long ago, great fungal trees and burgeoning stalagmites having long since taken over the duty of supporting the structure. The lone path open is one that leads deeper into the earth. No longer part of the mine shaft, this rift has been shorn into being from the violent nature of the ground it sits within. Fresh by comparison, its jagged entrance is wide enough for the largest of you to squeeze through, a crooked gash in the darkness. With the young girls, Ren and Adesta, cradled unconscious in the arms of Quinnell, you're not sure how much time they have left. What do you do?
They're diseased. Does that mean we're also all diseased?
Yeah. Have we inhaled the spores?
I believe
we had the mask on, but
Yeah.
I had.
there was a save against it that you guys were able to take.
Yeah,
So if you guys are marked as diseased, you're diseased.
but
if
if not,
not,
then we're chilling.
You should be chilling.
Okay.
I inhaled it. I don't remember. I think I did save it.
I think you ran to the children, didn't you? I think that was what it was.
And you, like,
I
put
put
the
my
mask
mask around
over
her.
there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you took your mask off and put it on them. That's why you're fucked.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Okay.
So, am I diseased? I don't know.
Who had the vision
I don't
of
have
the
it marked.
of the
I might have-
Roll a d6. 1, 2, 3, you are. 4, 5, 6, you're not.
4.
There you go.
Bing bong.
Wow. Who had the vision of the spore?
So it was Quinnell, Kalian, and I believe it was Ads as well, your cleric friend.
Great.
And I think because there was a few of you that were a little bit farther back, outside of the radius.
Okay.
Alright. So, in front of us, we were just going deeper.
Yeah. You guys sit in like this kind of like nexus chamber that you can see. It has kind of like paths that would go deeper into the mine, but there's like just the quakes that have happened have kind of caved in some areas, but there's like this fresh kind of jagged entrance that goes deeper.
And can we kind of like see where the spores are? Is this out of the spores or is this deeper? Is it more spores?
So you kind of you peer in, and you can see it's actually a pretty like long tunnel, maybe like 40 to 50 feet, and it kind of goes on like a 30-degree downward slope. You don't see evidence of spores.
I'm going to sprint down the tunnel.
You're gonna sprint down the tunnel?
Yeah. Wow. I want to get these girls out of there as fast as possible. So
Alright.
I just run.
You got the rest of your party is following, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And something that you notice as you're going into this chamber is that past like the initial like jagged entrance, the tunnel that you guys are currently going on shows zero signs of being worked in any capacity. It's like it simply appeared. The walls are entirely smooth. There's no chisel marks. There's no like ties holding it up. It's just like a hole.
Fun. I feel like I'm too focused to even worry about it. I'm just like at least for me, because I literally no mask.
Yeah.
Like, with the girls in my arms, like I'm just
Understandable.
lining.
So as you descend, the dank, musty smells and sounds of the fungal cave are slowly swallowed by a deep, thrumming hum. The passage you follow widens and smooths just beyond the jagged entrance into a perfect hallway, wide enough to allow 2 people abreast. As you can see the passage open up into another chamber, another sound joins the hum. The roar of water echoes in this cavern, about 40 feet long and 30 feet wide. As you enter, you can see it's a more natural formation than the passage you just exited. Myriad cracks along the right side of the cavern ceiling disgorge water, collecting into a river that runs along the length of the floor and flows further into places unseen. In the center of the chamber, however, you find the source of that deep, bassy hum. An obelisk is chained to the floor, pulsating with a green energy. It is surrounded by 3 concentric circles with symbols carved into them. Just on the outside of the perimeter of these circles is a plinth, with a blade-like formation jutting from the top. Below the plinth lies a corpse.
Oh.
It's your first puzzle, guys.
Oh my days.
Wow.
Wow. Okay. Hold on. Let's see what's happening here. So we're all here.
Wow. Alright. Where did we enter from? Like here?
Yeah, at this point, that's like just a representation of the puzzle.
Look at this.
It looks like the symbols look like they repeat on each of the rings.
Yeah, so maybe they have to like line up in some particular way.
How are the girls right now?
Oh
They're stable, but there's like yellow crusts in their eyes. They're like not looking great, but they're alive and stable.
yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Can I do an Arcana?
Sure, what are you looking for?
I'm trying to gauge like if there's if these move, and if so, how.
Can I try to use my strength to shift the
So
Rings.
you actually notice that the symbols, they're carved a couple inches into the floor, and as you put your fingers in and you give it some force, it actually moves and slides pretty smoothly.
Okay, dope.
Mm.
So,
Give me a perception check.
Can
What do I need?
I do an Arcana to see if I recognize like the symbols, what patron they're from, or what they consist of?
Sure, I'll give you a Arcana, History, or Religion. So that's a D20.
how is that?
I'm gonna do history.
D20.
Yeah.
Okay. 14 plus perception. I've got +1, 15.
Yeah. So you notice that outside of the perimeter of the 3 circles, there's actually more runes that are carved, and these are actually etched in Celestial, which I believe you can read.
I can read it.
What? And the writing, as you kind of follow it all the way along, it says, "This monument to our Lord is consecrated by the will of the Most High, ratified by the will of the noble, and preserved for the will of the people, whose hearts shall blaze eternal."
I look at it and I go, "That's a pretty sun."
Nice.
Can I do an
I
Arcana
think-
check on it?
Arcana, I'll give you Arcana, History, or Religion.
I got 14.
I'll do history.
You got 14? Total? Yeah. Close.
Yeah, I'll do a history.
Pretty sun.
Wait. 13. Fuck.
13, eh?
Damn it.
There is something. There's something. You two especially there's something nagging at the back of your head, like you know these symbols. There's something very as children of the Empire, they should be very familiar.
Can I run my hands along the edges of the symbols, the etched symbols, to see what else I sense?
What you sense is this the bassy kind of thrum. You can sense that the layers of these circles are some kind of mechanism that keeps a magic in place.
I'm gonna gently place the girls down, and I just go, "Pretty sun." And I'm just kind of talking to myself as I walk around. Pretty sun, pretty sun.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna sort of rotate in the opposite direction. For now, but I'm also I think I'm more in there though. I think I'm rubbing my hands on it, trying to
Jen, have you, as you're going around and you're reading what's around the perimeter, do you let the others know? Are you reading aloud or just to yourself?
I'm reading aloud.
Okay.
I'm reading aloud.
What did you?
Oh,
What am I-
what you told us?
Oh yeah, the thing.
So
Yes.
what, as Visa is kind of saying this inscription, there's something that kind of ticks in your head where you're like, the Most High. Wait, that's the Imperial Highness. That's Absalom, the ruler of the Divine Empire. And his symbol is, it's something familiar, isn't it? I will let you have a history, religion, or arcana check, and one of these two can give you advantage.
Can I have a history check? It feels like it's something that belongs in my bloodline. I can feel it.
I would have studied
running
this
through-
probably in school.
Yeah?
so I'll give
Okay.
you
Can I get a history check? Which,
So
you
2d20. You have
Yes, I
advantage.
did. We had the same education.
No, I had the Elven education.
19 and
We grew
6.
up in the
Okay, so
Plus,
plus your bonus, yeah.
my bonus is -1.
Okay, so 18, which is still good enough.
Yeah.
So what you actually
we still
notice
were both raised.
as you're kind of hearing those two murmur about oh, I know this, I knew that, it clicks. The sun is the symbol of Absalom. That is the common symbol you'd find on like banks, religious buildings, government institution buildings. Like it's everywhere.
The sun.
The second symbol, the eye that you see, is the local symbol of Vanham Hammurabi, who is what would the equivalent of a Vanham is like a premier. They are the highest official in this particular province.
Damn. Okay.
Oh.
And the third is a flame. Just a flame.
What was the hurts of the
And then we step down.
the hurts of the blaze eternal?
Do you want me to reread it?
Could you reread it?
So it says, "This monument to our Lord is consecrated by the will of the Most High, ratified by the will of the noble, and preserved for the will of the people whose hurts shall blaze eternal."
For sure. Okay, so that's like the fire, the Most High, the will of the people, the hearths, shall blaze eternal. So that's like the
So
three
let's-
symbols, I guess.
Let's do.
What is it? So this is
So that means it's sun,
Top.
noble.
noble hearths. Yeah, sun is the whole thing.
So, but which order is that? Out or in?
Yeah. So I feel like it would be this.
I feel like
sun,
it'd be protecting it going inwards, right?
Yeah, like the fire would be in the middle,
Mm-hmm.
and then this thing would be the second ring, and then the sun would be the outermost. Which is what I'm feeling.
It looks like they could line up in, like, I don't know if that's the sketching of the circle, but it looks like there's a path that.
Oh yeah, those lines, they don't actually mean it. I
Okay,
tried to
great,
draw
great,
it
great.
like a couple
Dope.
times.
So just the symbols. Just
Yeah.
the symbols.
Just the symbols, got it.
Just the symbols.
I was
I
like,
look at it.
damn, this looks like it's like.
What are these weird
I was like,
lines?
I look at it and go, brother. Looks like whoever made this was an ill craftsman. You would have done a better job.
I would have. I agree.
Listen, I paint toys, I don't draw.
Okay, so this being said, I feel like our best play is if Visa
Yes.
wants to, if you could shift the
Yeah.
lines so that it's the sun,
Mm-hmm.
the flame.
No, the sun.
I definitely can move one as well. I'm quite strong.
Go ahead.
Sure, you can take the other side.
Brother.
The sun.
Yeah.
This thing and then the flame,
eye
and then
and
if
the
we
flame.
line them up. Right?
Yeah.
I think let them up.
Okay, let's.
Should we line them? Is there? Okay, I'll turn it towards. I start to. I use my might to my strength, to start shifting the tiles.
It slides smoothly.
Oh, great!
wow.
I'm in the middle.
No, I just like making those noises.
I'm in the middle.
okay?
Like, are you really having this much difficulty?
I don't think they are. I think.
Okay,
It's
I
just-
slide them, and they line up.
Oh,
Wait,
wait,
oh wait, hold
I
on.
thought it was supposed
I
to.
should
Yeah.
line it to the corners.
No,
of
no,
the,
I thought we were doing like it was
Huh?
like the sun, and then it was gonna be
Sun,
this
noble
will be-
flame.
Like it'll be like
Oh, you want it? You want? Okay.
going inward.
Sun, noble flame.
Oh, okay.
And then the flame.
The flame on the inside?
Yeah.
Yeah, the flame was last.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, wait a minute. That doesn't quite work, does it?
I feel like it's the first way around, but we'll try it for you.
Oh, it doesn't really work, does it? What happens? If any.
Yeah.
The three circles lock in place.
Oh!
Oh shit!
And
We got it wrong.
Oh no!
there is
Should have
this
trusted my gut.
protruding plinth that starts to.
God, we should have.
As you guys entered the chamber, there was this plinth with this kind of like razor-like formation that had a corpse underneath it.
Oh yes.
That
Yes.
plinth now starts to glow green.
Wait,
Whoa.
did we get it?
And Cornell, you actually notice as you like get close to the innermost circle that like as you're like turning into it, your butt bounces off of something. And there's like nothing there. And you just like smell this like weird scent of ozone, and it's like just around this obelisk.
I reach my hand up. It's like I can't see anything.
you can see perfectly through it. It's like nothing is there. But as soon as you put your hand on it, it's a solid wall.
Whoa.
Can I do it? Is it like a wall of force? Is it?
Make an Arcana check.
16.
It is a wall of force. It is indeed a wall of force.
I relay this information. I put my hand on it. I go. I mean, like, how much would I know about a wall of force?
You'd probably
studied
know.
magic.
You've studied magic. I would say that you know it's like basic principles. That it's like basically impenetrable, and it's for all intents and purposes like invisible. But other than that, like how to go about like casting one and like maintaining it, you don't know how like this architecture is kind of like sustaining that level of magic.
And it's protecting something? Like the middle?
The middle obelisk, that's like
Yeah.
glowing green. It's just like humming with this deep thrum. And you actually give me a perception check.
Perception. Where's my perception? 18.
So you notice that even with the light that is coming off of like the glowing from the obelisk, and even though it's dark and you kind of only really see in shades of gray out so far, you notice that it seems like the color of everything is getting sucked into this obelisk.
Whoa.
It's like it's draining things into it.
Damn, son. The color
This is
of
just the light
just
that
the
is
surrounding
doing that?
environment, or like
Yeah, the surrounding environment, it's like you go after a certain distance and it's like this is more gray than it should be. in
And you
a
said
way.
the statue still there, stands right now?
There's the obelisk in the center, and then outside the perimeter of like the rooms that you read, there's like a plinth that has a corpse underneath it.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go inspect the corpse.
Yeah.
So, give me a medicine check.
Oh, does someone want to help me?
yeah.
Not that much. 12.
Well, okay, so what you do see is some sort of like carved stalagmite. It's covered in arcane runes you are unfamiliar with. This blade-like formation at the top is covered with a dark stain that is in fact blood that wraps around and drips down the length of the rock and fills some of the rooms before pooling on the floor near the corpse. And you can see, inspecting the corpse, that there is, the skin is all like dried out and like desiccated, right? But you can see there's like a gash in their palm.
It's like somebody tried to drain their blood to fill into the...
Yeah.
I wonder what would happen. Okay. Can I just like sweep some of the blood into the rest of the runes to see if it like does anything?
Yeah.
You try to like sweep this dust in, and it, if anything, it kind of like dulls the glow a little bit because now the cracks are filled with dust.
Oh damn.
Shit.
Never mind. Thought I was doing something.
Yeah.
Can I inspect the statue thingy though that the corpse is under? I just want to figure out who that person is. They seem familiar.
Give me a history check, sure.
How many of these runes are there?
That's like 20.
The rooms?
Yeah, on the ground.
Um,
Is that
4.
many? 9?
there is
What's your
one
And it's
other
minus
room
one.
that's kind of like
Oh,
hastily
Lord.
scratched in there. The others are like
Oh
finely carved.
Lord.
Get nothing.
But there's another one that's just like a circle with a line, and it's like scratched in there. You don't really know what it's for.
3.
You got a 3. The robes that this corpse is wearing are uncomfortable looking.
Okay.
Simple with a line.
Thanks.
Jesus.
Can you repeat
What did you do, history?
what it says?
No.
one
Yes,
time?
it is.
Like around?
Yeah, like what's the...
So the celestial writing outside the entire perimeter is, this monument to our Lord is consecrated by the will of the Most High, ratified by the will of the noble, and preserved for the will of the people, whose hearths shall blaze eternal.
Can I inspect the thing about the dead body? Sorry, what's it called? The plinth?
Yeah.
Plinth? Man?
Yes, of course.
Can I roll?
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for anything carved into it, any kind of writing, any sort of symbols.
Give me an Arcana check. And if you guys want to help each other, then you have to have proficiency in whatever you're assisting with.
Yeah, I can...
Okay, Arcana.
In Arcana?
I do not.
Yeah.
No.
Monument to our Lord is consecrated.
Okay, 16. Thank you. 16 plus 3, so 19.
19?
Yeah.
You, with all of your kind of magical shenaniganery, you know that this plinth structure is some kind of like activation mechanism. Whatever it is that happens, the plinth makes it happen.
That's it. Okay, I relay this information to the group.
Oh, it's at the pulpit. Yes. Hello.
I say, I'm not sure what's supposed to happen, but the plinth, this thing, makes it happen, if anything needs to happen.
It makes it happen.
So if we want anything to happen, it starts with this thing.
With the plinth?
And this dead corpse is at the flint, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's underneath it.
Underneath it. It's like...
It's like whatever it did at the plinth was the last thing it did
But it's had a gash on its
on its hand.
hand?
And there's any
It's-
symbols under the plinth?
There's symbols carved into the plinth that are kind of like filled with like a dark stain.
Can
How
I see
fresh
if I
is
can read the symbols? Or, sorry, how fresh is
No, I was
the corpse?
gonna say how fresh is the corpse.
The corpse looks extremely old, but the clothes on the corpse don't look that old.
So I'm thinking of the group. Thinking of the group. It's like I feel like whoever this was trying to fill each rune with their blood. So, depending on how fresh this corpse is.
Which...
You know...
What runes on the plinth do they match any of the runes in the...
No, these are. Well, actually, you don't exactly know. Do you? Oh, well, I guess from Kalian kind of observing,
Yeah.
those are the runes that are actually inscribed in the plinth itself are like arcane activation mechanisms. Like they're the things that drive whatever magic is going to happen to actually happen. They don't correspond necessarily with what is on the floor.
Interesting.
Anybody want to cut their hand?
Honestly,
I think we should cut
oh,
this hand
No,
of the person.
these all dried out.
yeah, he's
Is
not
he-
gonna
is
have
he,
any
like,
more. He's
dry?
dry. He's dry.
Right, like he's like,
I'll do it.
Yeah.
All right.
shit. Here's a
Yeah? Okay. I slice my hand
Oh, damn.
and I squeeze some blood in each of the sides of this
Damn.
plinth.
Do
Woo!
you take damage from that? Okay.
Take 1 point of slashing damage.
Okay, 1 point slashing. It's all right.
Yeah, you can take
And
it.
I use I hold pressure to see keep myself from bleeding more.
So as this blood, this sparkling angelic blood, as it drips out onto the plinth,
Bruh.
this plinth glows and it absorbs the blood that is now soaking into it. And even though you try and staunch the blood, it almost seems that it demands more of an offering, and it just leaks and pours, and it circles and entwines its way around the plinth, and it goes down the rooms, and it fills into the circles. And as it reaches the final innermost circle and the blood fills, you just hear a and you smell like a blast of ozone. And the obelisk absorbs that green all the way into it and glows red.
What?
It glows menacingly red.
What the hell?
Oh shit.
What is happening right now?
What
I think
is
you have bad blood. I take my knife back and I walk.
And that's it. Nothing's happening right now. It's just red.
It's just red. You notice the hum is like quieter.
Can I go check the wall of force?
Yeah, as you go up and you check the wall of force, it's not there. You go right through it.
Ooh. No more wall of force.
Yeah.
Mm.
And something that you guys recalled from your memories is that the beholder that whose memories you ingested said that he was expecting compensation for the completion of something right before he was betrayed by someone who had a gun that he then discarded.
Someone with a gun.
Couldn't be me.
He's expecting payment. You're doing...
Before he was betrayed.
Is there a gun on this corpse?
Kalian picked up a gun in the...
I picked up a broken gun from a previous corpse.
A previous
Or was it
Is
just...
there
Oh, no,
anything-
it was just there. It was just there. It was just there. You're right.
From this.
Is it might be? Can we see if there's a holster or something to have kept it on this corpse?
Make an investigation check.
Investigation.
I can help you.
Okay, sure. Oh,
Wait,
we got plus
yep.
1, 2. Is that 20?
So just roll it out.
And another
This one's better.
20
Oh,
Not
okay.
20.
plus 1.
21, yeah.
21.
21, baby. All right, so you're like really giving this guy like a run for it. Right? You're like, listen, old man, I just need to know who you are. So the first thing that you notice is that the dude looks freaking ancient. Like, he looks like hundreds of years old, but his clothes look relatively recent. You think in the past, like, 20 to 35 years, judging by, like, the fibers that his clothing is made out of. And what you notice, as you kind of, like, turn it inside, you notice, like, an embroidering of the same eye that you see in the symbols. And that is the symbol of Vanum Hamrab.
Oh.
With the premiere.
Yeah.
Yes.
A nobleman.
Yeah.
Mm.
So whoever this corpse was, they were tied to that
To
individual.
that, yeah.
I don't know if it's a good or bad thing. I don't trust those people.
Well, it looks
I don't trust the government. I don't trust any of them. This is not...
Yeah, we don't brush up too well.
I wonder if this has anything
We're
to
not
do
too
with the
hot on
spores and what they were potentially harnessing. Can I go back to see if I can collect a sample?
You can certainly try.
Can I just grab this red thing?
Yeah.
I just grab it.
You grab it, and as you put your hands on it, you make a constitution.
It looks like
save.
this.
Oh!
Oh.
I just do it. It looks like this is what he was after, and I just grab it.
Oh no.
I can help you.
No, it's
Can I-
okay. Saving
Come on,
throw?
save.
23.
Damn.
23?
Yeah.
So,
Holy shit.
Damn.
as you put your hands on it,
Oh, sorry. Nope. 20. Dirty 20.
okay, cool. Still, as you put your hands on it, you notice that it seems like this whatever it is sucking, or at least attempting to suck, the very life essence from you.
Wow.
And the structures that it's embedded into As you take your hands away and you kind of back up from it, what you notice is that this need to collect life energy is reaching well beyond this chamber. It's reaching, you hadn't noticed it until now, but this desire to accumulate life force probably extended into the Goblin Village. It probably extended all the way to the road.
So it's okay. I see.
Well, did it feel fragile when I touched it?
It felt not indestructible.
I go, I wouldn't touch it if I were you. And then I kind of get a little, wow, I just pull out my sword and go, well, red means bad, right? And I just swing at it.
Make an attack.
What do I have plus, dirty 20. Oh, sorry, 18.
Damage?
4.
4. So, as your sword comes down and impacts this obelisk, you can see that the kind of like bindings that are keeping this stone in place, it kind of cuts into it. And as you draw your blade back out, you can see there's like the red light that's leaking out and kind of disgorging itself. And now instead of a hum, it's like a whistle. It's like...
Can I use my sliced hand to cover this?
I wouldn't touch it if I were you.
Okay.
I think I
roll me a
just
Constitution saving throw.
don't listen.
Oh no.
This is why we don't work with humans. Fools.
17.
17.
Holy shit.
Plus 3, 20.
20. Very 20.
So, as you go to place your hand over it, you kind of notice that the blood that had begun to coagulate on your palm suddenly liquefies again and begins to be sucked into the object.
Just
And you
kidding.
reach your
I
hand
should
back.
have listened. I should have listened. I'm sorry.
Mm.
Woo! Ow! Alright.
Blood's right where it is inside of us.
Yeah, let's keep it there.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's really good idea.
I'm
I recovered a little bit from this.
gonna swing at it again.
Go for it.
13.
13, your blade comes down. You can't quite find good purchase. It clangs off. But you can tell that that sensation that you were feeling before, the life force, it's interrupted now. It feels different than it did before you hit it.
That's not broken.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to break it?
I'm
I asked.
Yeah. Yes.
Can I take out my
Yeah.
You take out your big ass glaive.
big ass?
It was,
blade?
I'm gonna fire.
It was protected by a indestructible wall, so I feel like people didn't want it to be destroyed. So
Attacks.
I'm
Alright.
gonna swing again. Oh, that way.
So I fucked it.
Jesus Christ. Okay,
4. Wait, attack?
13 to hit? Nope.
No.
Not quite.
Dang.
We all are pretty tired from this.
We
fight.
are pretty
So
tired.
light. This thing is
Yeah.
in fact stone, so it is quite difficult to break. You guys are more than welcome to try again though.
If it's looking for life, or no, I guess the
Nice.
corpse is dead.
I'm gonna swing again.
What happens if
15.
That is what you need.
Alright. 8 damage?
No.
8 damage. And as Quinnell, he gets a little sick of this. He's like, "Psh, I'm gonna show you punks." Gives his blade a little flourish, and then goes exactly for the cut he made before, and goes right into it and right through it, and he cleaves this giant stone in twain.
Whoa.
And as the pieces fall to the floor with an unceremonious clatter, the hum and whistle that fills your ears suddenly silence. And you come to take the newfound quiet as eerie and unsettling. As you step back, you notice that the color of the chamber has begun to seep back into its surroundings. The runes carved on the floor begin to glow as the energy of the obelisk pushes further and further outwards. When at last it reaches the plinth, and the runes around the blood-soaked feature glow intensely and fill the room with a vivid scarlet. The scarlet overwhelms, and after a few moments of glowing intensely, the fractured obelisk, the pieces of it explode, showering you all in shards of stone. The glows abate, but the return color of the chamber remains. Wow. But now, you hear a rumble and feel it rise through your feet as dust settles, and the river beside you seems to gush even faster. So now you got an inferno behind you and a consistent rumbling where you currently are. And on one side of the chamber, there's like a river that flows.
And that's it.
Right now.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
Do we seem safe here?
Judging by how much the room is shaking, no.
The river must lead somewhere. It's got to flow to something. Should we follow it?
Very perceptible. Definitely doesn't lead nowhere.
Can I like just smack it with my bloody hand?
Oh.
Sure, do you let it happen?
I think I do, yeah.
Okay. You get smacked. You just have this like giant bloody handprint. It's like the opposite of Sauron's white hand.
Yeah, you.
I turned it
Wait, no, I want to do an opposing.
Wait, who are we slapping? Him?
I'm slapping him.
Oh, okay, yeah, so, wait, you have to roll to attack, or roll to hit, because he's not trying to just...
I just continue to write them like
6.
A 6?
We learned that
Wait.
in elementary class. Like, jeez,
Yeah.
I'm just letting out all my frustrations right now.
With a 6, regardless of the modifier, he's just gonna flick his coil back.
Alright.
He's like, do not touch me with your human blood. Well, even though...
So the river's like just sort of flowing right now?
It's flowing pretty fast.
Yes,
now.
rivers flow,
Yes.
brother. Jesus.
Just said that.
Am I with a bunch of imbeciles?
I just start to follow the river.
Okay, I follow closely behind. Don't forget the kids.
Yeah, bring
Hot
them.
shot.
So,
Does you want to help me carry one?
No.
I've been carrying
Nope.
2 of them this whole time.
Nope.
No.
you get to the far wall of the chamber, and you notice that the river, like, flows under the wall. So you guys will have to swim through.
Oh my
Okay, you have to
days.
carry one of these.
Oh,
these
fine.
boys.
Oh my
Give
days.
me one of them.
So we have
I
to
take-
swim in the river and it goes under the wall right now?
I'll take red.
Okay.
You take a Desta.
Cave
Of
diving.
course, you want to take the lighter one. I get it.
Cave diving.
I got a sliced hand, sir.
I grab her Desta and I jump into the water.
Alright.
I follow suit.
And all of you guys,
Oh, shit.
please roll me a Constitution saving throw.
That is a 12.
Oh, baby!
3 plus 3, 5. Oh no.
5.
Oh no, yeah.
So as
23.
as you are like struggling, like trying to swim and like carry one of the children, you notice Kalian is like having a breezy time. He just grabs them and like propels his way through the river. And as you guys pop out, you notice you think you're still inside of the cave system because of the kind of glow that you see above you. But as you guys break the water and look around, you can see that it's not the cave, you're outside again. But what you see is just fire and ash drifting down.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Flumes of smoke
Wow.
Oh no!
Whoa.
The whole town?
So you
Where
guys,
are we?
like behind you, there's just like crags and like rocky hills basically. And there's like a river that flows from those rocky crags, and that's where you guys have popped up. But yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wait. So you...
Did she drown?
No, very nearly.
Almost.
You
But I'll never tell you
emerge
that.
from the water soaked and weary, but otherwise unharmed. You expect to find yourselves in another chamber of the cave system, but trees and snowflakes sort of greet your fingertips as you climb from the banks of the river. You expected another chamber because the glow that sent you on your way down was not one of daylight, but one of fire. You look up and see the sky eclipsed by thick billowing smoke, embers, and ash. They drift as the snow once did, and the glow of flames mocking the gentle glow of the sun. Further down the river, you can hear shouting, orders, saws, and sloshing of water. And here, I would like to ask Christian to come to the table.
Oh.
What?
What? What?
What?
Oh!
Oh, hello.
How you doing? How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good, guys.
Holy shit!
You guys didn't drown?
No.
we didn't.
Almost. I
Oh,
found my
This is so
swimming
exciting.
lessons.
Wow. Plot twist.
What twist?
Plot twist.
Where's good sorry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys tear your way out the banks, like and you, as you're kind of helping these other people making a fire break, kind of trying to keep the fires from spreading as much as possible, you notice people like bursting out of the river, which is unusual.
Oh no wait, no wait, I'm just like, no sound, just a quick inhale.
You're good.
Easy,
You were
breezy,
good.
beautiful. Covered up.
I'm really
Holy
trying to play it
shit.
off like, oh, that was good. That was
I just start spitting out water.
Giving yourself the Heimlich.
God damn.
They're probably like 50 feet down the banks from you.
50 feet down the back.
I just immediately drop the little girl on the ground and try to see if she's okay.
Oh yeah, I guess we
I dropped the boy.
I use my first aid training.
They're still breathing pretty decently.
Oh wow.
They're chilling.
I just go,
Yeah.
hello?
Smack her face.
Alright.
They're sort of
Actually,
poison,
I
aren't
take
they?
the mask off.
They are diseased.
They are diseased. Down. Shit.
They're diseased.
I don't.
And does anybody have healing?
Wait, I might. I think I might. How do I check?
You're a barbarian.
Like magic to get rid of disease.
Oh, never mind.
Not you guys do not.
We certainly do not.
Damn it.
Yeah, they're diseased. They're yeah.
Okay, that's fine. They're alive. It's alright. It's alright. God.
Are they like conscious yet, or are they still sort of?
They're kind of out of it
Okay.
a little bit. They're not.
But their eyes are open, like
They're like fluttering. They can't like respond to you.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
chill,
yeah,
chill,
chill.
chill.
Okay, I get up.
And what you also notice, before I forget, is that it's just the three of you with the two girls that emerge out of the river. Your companions, Smith and Ads and Yurden, they don't follow you.
Oh.
Oh. Okay.
Oh.
Bye. I screamed.
They jumped in the river with you, but they didn't pop out the other side.
What?
Oh. Did they drown?
I turn back. I jump back.
Oh, I
dive
jumped back
in.
into.
begrudging. I'd stay with the kids.
Are you guys like actively looking?
I'm gonna investigate. Yeah.
I jump in and then I realize I'm too tired for this, so I jump right back out and
14. I just want to investigation.
14.
Most of them have a blindfold on.
You swim like almost back into the chamber, and then you come back out, and there's nothing. There's no sign that they're there. There's no snagged clothing. There's no evidence that they even existed beyond their footprints in the chamber.
Did they drown? I yell out.
There's no sign of them. Probably went back the way we came.
Well, we can't go back in.
No. I say.
Not too attached to these folks. It's just
Honestly, one of them just kept running away. I'm fine with not being.
You were the more
here.
useful one.
Yeah, that
was
one guy was
pretty-
so sketchy, right?
So sketchy. Honestly,
so
this is
sketchy.
a lot better.
And he
Yeah.
smelled a little.
I really liked ads though. Ads seemed cool.
Yeah,
But,
Just chill.
you
That's
know,
just chill.
it's
That
alright.
one will be a little bit of a loss.
Yeah, but it's alright.
You're quite useful though.
Yeah, you're all right.
Oh, guys, thanks.
Don't get used
I
to
blush.
it. I'm like wringing out my cloak. Like, this is pretty soaked. Jeez.
Sorry for not listening to you back then. My hand hurts. Still bleeding.
Okay. Oh, also everything's on fire. I'm clocking. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Everything is on fire around you.
Is
There's
there-
ash drifting down.
Is there a flame near me?
Not like near you,
Oh,
near
sorry.
you,
That's not it.
but it's like on top of the cliff face that
Yeah,
the
yeah.
river was out of. Like you can see it's like burning and there's smoke
Can I just
like blotting out the sky.
just look around? I'm just gonna like kind of gather my bearings.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll take a look around as well.
I'm gonna stay with the kids.
Perception?
30, 20.
10?
20, 10. You notice your immediate surroundings. Again, smoke kind of billowing out. You're like vaguely aware of the other sounds of people further down the banks. Quinnell, you are keenly aware the fire is spreading. It could reach you very soon. You also notice that further down the banks, there are people actively working to kind of clear shrubbery, clear underbrush, kind of make a clean line between what they know they can't save and what they're trying to save.
Okay.
And you also notice a rather large horned gentleman that is approaching.
Yo.
So,
Kaylin, grab your wrench or whatever you fight with. We may have company. I pull out my sword.
I draw both my daggers.
I hold the kids.
Fair enough.
so Moa, 2 pelts, arrives.
Moa 2 pelts?
Goodness gracious.
As you walk closer, what do they see?
They see a very strangely large built man thing. And the first thing they're going to notice is the horns coming out of my head.
Ooh.
And I am jotting down the water. And when I make it to you guys,
Stop right there, Moose Man! Not any closer.
I had no idea fish could talk.
Damn.
And walk on 2 legs. So strange these lands are.
Is it
I say yes, indeed. What are you?
I am Moa 2 pelts. I am a cursed Wendigo.
do I know what that is?
Give me an Arcana check.
Do I know what that is?
Yeah, I'll do one too.
Moose,
Yeah.
you mean you're half moose, half man now?
4.
Nat 20.
Yeah.
14.
Um,
Yeah, that sounds about right.
so, Quinnell, what you know is that you're kind of like taken aback when he says Wendigo, because a Wendigo is like a mythological being. It's something that is a cannibal. It likes to consume the flesh of living beings, and it takes. It is nothing that you've heard of for generations and generations. It's slipped into the annals of legend and myth, and it is not a nice being.
Huh. You lie, Moose Man. A Wendigo is something we've only heard stories of. I remember when I was a young boy, Wendigo Eats Lunch was a book that my mom read to me.
Oh!
You remember Wendigo Eats Lunch?
What's a Wendigo?
I relayed the info that you told me.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, I
sorry,
take the
there-
kids and I
there
step
is
a little further back.
No food here for you. There seem to be lots of meals that way.
I was there. Lots of goblins to eat. But I've come here to seek fish, only to find you walking. But do not worry, I don't eat humans. They don't taste good.
Alright, well.
Okay.
I'm not
That's
human,
about-
and my brother's definitely not human.
Ah, yes. What does Moa see?
Oh yeah, what is
What does Moa Two-Pelt see as he's observing you guys?
Mo sees 10-foot tall.
You're 10 foot?
I think so. I can't remember what I said last. No,
Like
that's
6'3", I'm
like
pretty
6'3" foot.
Yeah, I just go, you are not 10 foot. You are over exaggerating.
I feel 10 feet some days. 6'3".
Very good. Very good.
With built like a frickin' rock statue, huge, almost as big as you. Not quite, but
Not
we're,
quite.
you know, almost there. Glowing hair, elfish, you know, yeah, so much strength.
Are you?
um,
What's your race?
Asmar.
Oh.
I look kind of human,
Kind of.
Oh.
but like not. And a barbarian is my class.
That's not barbarian. Okay.
Yes.
Moa also sees a 3 foot.
Sorry, he doesn't see you because you're standing behind me.
Moa does not see me. However, I step off to the side and he sees a 3 foot tall gnome with these sort of circular goggles on his face. He's wearing sort of leather craftsman's like a vest and pants that's sort of gilded with metal and parts. He's got these cool gloves on with no fingers. He's currently holding 2 daggers, and he is soaking wet. And his ears, you notice, are way too big for his head. Yes, that's what he sees.
Yes. Oh, also I've got a huge gash on my hand right now.
Ooh,
it's kind of
okay.
dripping a little bit of blood.
Okay.
Yes. Fresh.
For me, you see a 6 foot tall, silver-haired elf, who also has ears that don't look elvish. He wears a blindfold. Carries a shield with an elvish insignia on it that has a slash like cut through it. Yeah.
Okay.
And both Kaylin and I are wearing like similar like attire. Like they're both made by the same.
Oh, and there's 2 unconscious children
Yes.
lying on
Yes,
the ground
currently,
beside
yes.
us. They look unwell.
They're honestly more of a pain than
Rough, they
Yeah.
got like
They look.
pus out of their eyes and everything.
We've honestly just fully committed, so now we have to just. They've been so much of a pain. These 2
They're
kids.
kind of.
They
I
are.
feel a tinge of responsibility.
They
Yeah,
kind of
just-
smell.
They kind of remind me
Would
of
too.
us when.
In fact, you do.
They kind of remind me of us.
We all smell quite bad.
Who's so who are the kids behind?
Honestly, have no
We have
idea who
these
they
are-
are.
Oh.
Visa.
We don't know who they are.
Oh, like who?
They're lost children.
You know their
Oh,
names
like
are Ren
literally-
and
Ren
Adessa.
and Adessa.
Yeah.
But literally, physically, you mean?
Like who were they behind? Like like physically right there.
Oh, physically right now,
Visa,
me.
yeah.
Via Visa is my name.
Ivy is
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah.
Short fish, bleeding fish, and tall fish. And 2 little fish behind you.
Okay, Mike, who's the tall fish?
10 feet tall?
She's like 6'3".
6'3".
Like 3 inches taller than.
Okay, I'd say maybe one.
The tall fish, bleeding fish, tall fish, and little fish. And then,
You're little fish.
then as I look behind, past you two, I see the 2 children. And then I say, 2 little fish behind you. And that may come off as like a little, like maybe intimidating or like, could be interpreted that way.
I
Say, whoa!
very observant of you. I keep my sword up.
Yeah. And I go, sir, if you are one, we are not fish.
Well, I am not here to hurt you. I had come from the town behind me to help with the fires. I do not want to hurt anyone. Let me help you. And you can help me.
Help you with what? I asked.
Old woman says, I can find a cure for my hunger. Can't go alone. Find statue. North. East. Come with me.
A cure for your hunger. I look at the girls and go, potentially a cure for disease?
What's in it for us, I ask.
Potentially a cure for disease?
I ask, not you.
What's in it for? So,
Yes. How will you help us?
I won't eat you.
That sounds fair.
So as Moa says that, you can see that like you saw the workers, they saw you, they saw Moa kind of chatting, they see your weapons are drawn. So one of them is like jogging over and like coming over, and this is the one that you know Moa as Isaiah, and he says, Moa, friends, any trouble? These fires aren't going to put themselves out. Hello everyone, my name is Isaiah. I come from the fishing village of Adelia, just a little bit down the river. We don't mean harm. I know the gentle sir here is rather gruff, but he means well. He really does. Can we put our weapons away, please?
I sheath my daggers and I say, sorry, Isaiah, you said your name was?
That's correct.
Listen, Isaiah, we've had a bit of a journey here.
I can tell you look like shit, each and every one of you.
Alright, Isaiah.
Okay.
True.
Alright.
Okay.
You just arrived. I don't think you can talk about
Wait, just
Au
just-
contraire.
hold on.
You just arrived. I've been here for hours.
Okay, and we
Alright,
can see.
who do you think started this fire?
I say, brother, can we just take a minute here?
That's a great question.
Just take a walk. Take a walk.
Who did
I
it?
walk.
Did you start the fire?
Take a walk.
I just
No,
Isaiah.
he just came out.
I say, Isaiah, listen, we've had a bit of a journey, we've had a bit of a trek. As you say, we do indeed look like shit. We have these 2 children with us who are unwell, and we see you're in a spot of trouble too, with these fires. What say you? We strike a deal here, Isaiah.
Well, I mean, you guys are clearly in need of a hot meal and a warm bed.
Yes.
Oh.
So, come back to the village with me. I'll get you guys set up. Stay at least 6 feet away from me. You look incredibly unwell. Moa, can you continue to help? I think that might actually be pizza.
We'll do that.
We really do need to sleep. I'm realizing.
Isaiah, you have pizza.
Isaiah? 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 Oh, he's walking away.
Isaiah, you said 6 feet. You're currently walking away right now.
Isaiah?
Do you?
Oh,
Do you know this man?
We just met.
We just met.
And he seems like a bit of a turd.
He's smarter than me. I follow.
Yeah, but I don't. I feel like
So
most
can I
people are
see
smarter
your-
than you, Moose Man.
I follow everyone. Wow. Isn't that amazing?
that's horrifying. You look scary.
I loved how he came out. That's so cool.
Isaiah,
Oh my god. This is so spooky.
I'm like,
Huge.
I'm so hurt.
Yeah, he's
So-
I'm like a 4 HP.
Yeah, dude, we are like I'm chilling, but still like we're
this
You have 90 hit points.
is the actual
I have
like,
17.
why he looks that way
No.
in this world.
It's your D8.
my D8.
What's your hit dice? Is it D10?
Where do I see that?
Isaiah!
Isaiah!
Isaiah, you're
I
back.
was just dealing with the other workers. They were wondering what
You
was
sort of ran off
Isaiah,
mid conversation.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, you have more pressing issues to deal with. Of course.
But yes, follow me back, Moa. Continue to help with the fire break until the next morning, and we will get a better handle on the situation when we're all rested and refreshed. Does that sound amenable?
Yes.
That sounds great, Isaiah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Please follow me, and let's get some pizza.
Yeah! Isaiah? Oh, this is fun. This is so fun.
Isaiah!
Good shit.
You can just move that.
Okay.
That was.
Can you pass me my one of the full ones?
Michelob?
I'll go like this.
I can't over go around.